Okay, first of all, congratulations to Florida. They played well. They did the things necessary to win the football game. Obviously very, very frustrated. We're doing a lot of good things, but obviously you can't make the mistakes that we had. We had both their scoring drives. You had 15-yard penalties on both of them. Let you help a good team like that. That's you can't do that. And obviously, offensively, we're still having some problems, and defensively, I thought we battled. So, but how we handle things as a football team is, we're going to break them all up and to try to get things fixed as we always do, and that's what we have to do. But bottom line, it's we win and lose together as a team, and got some frustrated guys and guys that are hurting, which is good. It's okay, and half season left, a lot of good things out there, so we're going to work hard to try to get it fixed.
Gary, how much of that? The offensive struggles tonight have to do with how good Florida's defense is, and how much it have to do with you guys kind of not firing right?
Well, I think, first of all, they're a really good defensive football team. I think Mizzou's a really, really good defensive football team. And so that's the good news coming out of this, that I think so. We just made mistakes they didn't make. And I think their quarterback did some good things. They did some good things. I'm not taking that back away from them at all. But, it's a 10-point game. Until in really the whole second half, and obviously we give a turnover for a touchdown, and that's difficult, and that's something that it's not very good. But that's just the difference in the game. The 2 turnovers, they had none, and they moved the ball better than us, obviously, and both sides played pretty good defense.
I apologize for this, but what did you make of Drew's performance? I mean, he seemed like he got hit a lot. But
yeah, there's a lot of things. We have to go back and evaluate it. You can point to quarterbacks all you want. He's going to learn from it, and it's not going to be the last interception he threw, but he's going to learn from it, and it's going to make him better. And that's something that that just you have a young quarterback that you're going to have to deal with. But people around him got to play better. I think there's no question. And give their defense a lot of credit. They're very, very good. I knew they were. But, we got to execute better, and obviously in any game where it's close, and this was a close football game, you can't have 15-yard penalties to help on the scoring drives, and you also you got to make sure that you protect the football.
Were they doing anything defensively you guys weren't expecting to catch you up?
No, they did. They did. I mean, everybody makes little adjustments here or there, and I'd explain it, and it really is not that significant. I mean, they make them, we make them. They out-executed us. We were very poor in third downs, and most of them were third and longs, and you get yourself in a lot of long yardage situations. It's not very good.
Russell had a couple long runs, but not a lot of carries in between. Was that health related, or just kind of the way it worked?
I think maybe just that way it went, just a little bit. We want to be smart about it. Not, I think he's doing really well right now. Which maybe next week he'll be 100% and be able to go a little bit longer. But I think for the most part, I thought he did some good, did some good things out there running.
the play calling is about 2-1 pass to 1. Is that a product of getting behind early, or was that the game?
It's getting behind, and we were having trouble moving the football. I mean, you're just trying to make some plays downfield, and you try the best you can. And in our business, when it doesn't work, you're going to get critiqued and criticized. So that's the way it is.
Manny, are you going to revisit his suspension after this week, or what's the problem?
I said in press conference last week when he's on the depth charge. Thank you. On Monday, that's when it'll be.
Offensive line, I think you guys have been playing about 7 guys fairly consistently. Do you have as many guys there ready as you'd like, or what do you see?
Well, I think you always, you're always, you're trying to play your best players now. Who your best players are, and that's what we're trying to do. And I think you always look into those things. That the offensive line is a very difficult place to play. It's very complex, and it's the most difficult to learn how to play. Your defense, it's a lot. It's remarkably different. So we got to do better. That's my job. That's my job. Do better.
Crawford and Chappell splitting a little bit of time at right tackle. Was that health related, or?
Yeah, Crawford, we didn't know if he was going to play today. So he went out, and we felt he could play a little bit. I'm not sure exactly the number that he got, but he did go out a little bit, but that was definitely health related.
Is it frustrating to kind of be back here again after showing a little bit of progress offensively last?
Yes, it is.
mentioned those penalties early on that kind of extended those drives. Just kind of freshman mistakes there on those.
Yeah, we had 3 personal fouls today, and all 3 are freshmen. You know, but it doesn't matter. You know, about at the end of the day, you don't asterisk the fouls. I don't think they did any of them because they were, you know, certainly intentional in any way. But you know, you can't have if any football team, any edge you can give them 15-yard penalties is certainly a plus, right in the middle of drives. So again, we weren't perfect on defense, but we did a lot of good things. And I don't when they scored in the second quarter. I don't know when that last one was before we had the turnover for a touchdown. But you know, we went for a long time without any scores. And I thought, you know, we're going to take away that, obviously, a plus for us. And so that's the good news. And the bad news is we're still, you know, we're frustrated because we're still not moving the ball like we need to move it.
What did you see, you know,
Well, it was just coverage-wise, you shouldn't throw it in that coverage. And so that's, you know, that's a young guy. You know, that's a young guy, and you know, a guy that's, you know, and I think very, very talented player, and we're going to support him. And you see it happen in the NFL, and you see it happen in college football, and but that's, you know, that's certainly we got to play better around him, and that'll help let him play better.
He seems to lock in on receivers at times. Is that just a product of still?
Oh, I don't really know that. I don't know if for the press box if you can necessarily feel that. We'll evaluate him, and then we're going to help him. That's what we're going to do. But I'm not going to go through a full evaluation with him.
You guys honored Aaron tonight. How important is that to you?
Oh, that's very personal. So that's you know, what a great kid, and his father, and I didn't get a chance to see the family, but you know, that was I know it happened years, 10 years ago, I think it was, and it was just a really difficult time for all of us here, and it was just obviously, it's even hard to describe what it was, how devastating that was, you know, certainly to me and to our team. So I'm glad we get to honor him. I think it's great what we're doing, and you know, the number 25 will be worn by a St. Louis player forever now in representing him, and I think that is, you know, really, really cool. We're going to set something up in our hallways, and you know, put that player's name up and everything else like that. We're going to do some other things to make sure that and the importance of that to our football team. So it's just not you know, this one-time thing that's going to be important.
Kind of cool to see Donovan Newsom is wearing his number.
Yeah, and so what we try to do is we're going to try to give it a player that we think potentially can be really good too. I mean, you know, there's a lot of guys from St. Louis. We have a lot of great players up from St. Louis, but we got to kind of pick the right guy, you know, because you know, Aaron was going to be certainly was going to be a great player, young player, and so this is I think it's you know, it's a good thing to do.
One more. All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.